When did quick thinking save your life? I was backpacking alone in the North Cascades 3 summers ago. I'm an experienced hiker, been doing solo trips for over a decade. But experience doesn't make you immune to bad luck. Day 2 of a 5-day trek, I was making good time on the trail. The weather report had promised clear skies, but anyone who knows mountain weather knows it's about as reliable as gas station sushi. Around 2 p.m., I noticed dark clouds gathering over the ridge ahead. Just a passing shower, I told myself, adjusting my pack straps. I'll be fine. Within 30 minutes, the temperature dropped at least 15 degrees. The wind picked up, whistling through the pine trees with an eerie howl. Something felt off, different from your typical afternoon thunderstorm. I checked my map. The next established campsite was still 4 miles ahead, with exposed ridgeline between here and there. My gut was screaming at me to find shelter, but my pride wanted to push forward. Don't be dramatic, I muttered to myself. You've hiked through worse. Just then, a flash of lightning split the sky, followed almost immediately by a thunderclap that rattled my bones. No counting seconds between them. The storm was directly overhead. My training kicked in. Lightning on a mountain ridge is a death sentence. I needed lower ground and fast. I spotted a dense cluster of shorter trees about 50 yards off trail in a slight depression. Without hesitation, I scrambled down, adrenaline masking the pain as branches whipped my face. Just as I reached the small hollow, the skies opened up. It wasn't rain, it was hail. First marble-sized, then golf ball-sized chunks of ice pummeling everything. I yanked my emergency bivvy from my pack and huddled beneath it, listening to the terrifying percussion of ice bombarding the forest. Through a small opening in my makeshift shelter, I watched in horror as a massive pine about 200 feet away exploded with a blinding flash. The crack was deafening. Splinters of wood flew in all directions as the lightning found its target. That could have been me, I whispered, my voice trembling. That would have been me. The storm raged for nearly 3 hours. When it finally subsided, I emerged to a transformed landscape. The trail I'd been on was now littered with fallen trees and branches. One massive trunk lay directly across the path where I would have been walking had I continued. As I hiked out the next morning, abandoning my planned route, I encountered 2 forest rangers heading up to assess storm damage. "You were out here yesterday?" one asked, eyes widening. "We recorded over 70 lightning strikes in this area. Got reports of 3 hikers injured up on Cascade Pass. Almost made a really bad decision," I admitted. "Something told me to get off the trail when I did." The older ranger nodded solemnly. "Smart move. We're still trying to reach a guy who was reported overdue. His last known location was that ridge you were heading toward. Later I learned they found him. He hadn't been as fortunate."